This is Guitar Player Magazine at NAMM 2010. I'm here with Hartley Peavy, who needs no more introduction than that, and then Mark Nason, who is an amazing designer of shoes and things, who has helped develop, along with Peavy, this amazing covering for this new Budda amp. But it's not just a looker, it also has some amazing technological features inside. But let's talk about how cool it looks. So would you like to run Guitar Player readers through the inspiration here and what you did?
Well, when Peavy approached me about maybe designing some amps for them, or or wrapping some, or giving them some of the rock and roll soul that my brand of boots and shoes represent, I thought it was a wonderful challenge. I mean, Peavy's been an innovator in amps and sound for a long, long time, and I thought it was a wonderful challenge to be able to take on something like this that you don't actually wear, but you can still come across with some of the the rock and roll vibe and the quality that my Italian leathers and iconic symbols represent. Basically, it was like me painting something with leather, which was a very cool thing for me to be able to do. I got to stretch beyond just thinking about how to make a pair of shoes, but to be able to take that same feeling and transport into the same music equipment and genre that means so much to me.
Was there any particular challenge in having to actually outfit an amp, which of course gets hot and gets lugged around, things like that? I mean, what were some of the challenges you had?
Well, certainly, because they do get hot, with the tubes and things, and they have some very wonderful technicians that actually figured all of that out ahead of time, and we went through a couple of sample runs, and it's ready to roll.
Hartley, this amp is actually pretty formidable. It's like, what did you build into the actual workings of the tone stacks and all that?
Well, it was a challenge technically, but the idea was no holds barred, no cost options, the best of everything, the best leathers, the best components. If you look at the intricate covering and the textures that Mark designed in this thing, this is not cheap. This is not cheap, but it's in line with these knobs. Do you call it the Maltese cross?
Yes.
All right, if you'll notice the Maltese cross, we even had special tooling and dies made. I don't know whether you can see the grill in there. It also mirrors the Maltese cross. Now, technologically, it's a 3-channel amplifier. We became acquainted with the Budda people, I guess 5 or 6 years ago, and the idea was they knew that we had one of the most sophisticated amplifier manufacturing things around, so they came to us essentially to have us make these amplifiers for them. So one thing led to another, and about 2 years ago, we bought the company, and they have traditionally been rather boutique-y, small, volume-based treble, and we make those. In fact, we're not going to change that, but we wanted to come out with a contemporary amplifier that had MIDI control and switching, and it's actually 3 channels that give you 6-channel capability. Like I said, this was a white paper, no holds barred design, so we think it's going to be a very good thing, especially for people who want the best. It is the best. Budda is known for high-end equipment, and that's why we did it under the Budda brand, which Peavy now owns. So
you've got 3 channels, and every channel I think is completely on its own. You can do. Everyone's got a separate boost. I think it's got a separate.
It really is functionally equivalent to 6 channels, but.
Because of the boost, or because
no, because it's MIDI controllable, and and you can do, and I know we don't have time to go through the whole feature set, but there's a lot of things from being able to bias the tubes optimally with a very simple but proprietary circuit, and we just did a lot of neat things that frankly we've wanted to do, but in some cases, just we couldn't spend the money to do it. Here we did it because cost was no object. This was to be the best anybody can do, and we're kind of proud of it, and it's created quite a stir. If you notice, Mark's trademark here, even on the top. Even on the top. I mean, this is a work of art. And by the way, Mark's folks did this, not us. All this design, the covering, everything. If you look closely, you'll see that the Maltese cross, we even had special dies made to put that Maltese cross into the cooling grill. So as you see, the knobs are custom, the grill's custom, no expense spared. So we're kind of proud of it. It's a first. All right, this has been kind of a fun project because it's one of the few times we've gone in and regardless of what it cost, the decision was do it. We're kind of literally reaching for the stars. So that's what's the fun about the music industry and the amplifier business. Is all about passion. And my passion since I started was to be the best. And obviously to be the best, you have to be different. And thank God we are.
Yeah, it's interesting how fashion and rock has collided the last 20 or so years, and some amazing things have come out of it. Who are some of the artists you've been working with that you're most excited about, and what are some of the things you're doing with them?
Well, what I've been able to do has been real, almost like a childhood dream to come around full circle here and now make boots that Robert Plant wears, and some of the Zeppelin guys, Aerosmith, and more recent, with the Buck Cherry guys. There's the list kind of go on and on in terms of who. I mean, Slash is rocking the stuff, and then Jason Bonham. There's a lot of different avenues. There's a lot of country western stars that are rocking this stuff, from Rascal Flatts to Shania Twain to Celine Dion, Cher. I mean, the genre is really cross. It's just I think everyone has certainly has an aspirational and a rock and roll soul, and hopefully my product comes across that way.
What kind of things do you pull from the rock market that might inspire your designs? Is it more of an attitudinal thing, or are there certain icons or motifs that follow? Or?
Well, I think what I've done is I've taken things even from childhood memories, and that's dragons and crosses and angels and things that were very iconic and very kind of mystical to me in my mind as a child. I'd be able to take those things and mesh them with the rock and roll spirit that I grew up with, and rock and roll steered my soul at an early age. And it was a wonderful time, and it's really tough to have duplicated that time from 70s and early 80s, the classic rock scene, and I'm really trying to keep that vibe and that feel rolling.
Well, once again, it's a beautiful amp, and I guess it must be pretty cool to hear that thing just raging with your design.
Absolutely, very nice.
Well, thanks for talking to us.
Good, thank you.